Another PDGA approved equipment video coming to you. You're listening to the Disc Golf Show. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the approved equipment video for the month of May in 2024. Up first, I have an update for you actually from our last video. I was actually able to get a hold of the Lumen from Lightspeed Disc Golf thanks to Jeremy. Thank you very much for sending that to us. And we have a couple of updates on there. I think I mentioned that it was a mid-range fairway driver on the last video. Jeremy is saying they are designating it as a fairway driver with a couple of updates, it looks like, to the flight numbers themselves. So if you remember back to the previous video, on the disc itself, I think it had an 8, 4, 0, and 2.5 as the listing for the flight numbers. They've updated the flight numbers, it looks like, to be more in line with 7, 6, -1, and then 2, it looks like. So Jeremy sent me like a little bit of some verbiage about how the disc kind of flies, and we're going to be having obviously some review videos coming out on this disc here very shortly and starting that series for you guys, so we're excited about that. We'll probably start off here with the Lumen. What he says is it's a fairway driver designated to be more of a blunt nose, comfortable feeling disc. It has a desire to flip up from whatever angle it is thrown on, but does not continue to flip. An interesting flight characteristic is that it always wants to hyzer out no matter the angle it is thrown on. It is awesome for straight shots with fade at the end, or for an anhyzer that just wants to fight out towards the end of the flight. Thanks again to Jeremy, and flight reviews coming soon. Up first, a manufacturer we haven't seen really anything from for a little while, and that's Yikun discs. And it's not a disc. They haven't had any discs approved this year yet, but it's their first target approved this year and ever from Yikun. It's called the Yikun Disc Golf Target Elite, and this is that Chinese company that has a very wide array of discs that they have available in the market right now. Interesting that they have their first ever championship level target approved this year. And the picture on the website even has on the little whiteboard in the back, that drawing board, if you will, has some Chinese writing on there. If you understand Chinese, maybe you can decipher and let us know what their plans are for maybe some releases of some discs. I don't know. Anyways, we'll have to wait and see if they're going to have some discs approved this year. But as far as the basket goes, they have 14 outer chains and 14 inner chains. The height above the ground is 81.7 centimeters with a depth of 22.2 centimeters and a target zone height of 50 centimeters. Interesting. Excited to see more targets becoming available and being approved this year. Up next, we have a Disc Store with the Grow the Sport Champion Permanent Disc Golf Basket that was just approved on the 20th of May, 2024. The fourth approved target since 2017 for them. All have been championship category targets. Their last one was approved on September 5th, 2019, and it was called the Grow the Sport Permanent. So this one is the Grow the Sport Champion Permanent. See the difference? They must have some kind of naming convention going on, with the Grow the Sport 2.0 being their very first. Then the Grow the Sport 2.0 revised, and then the Grow the Sport Permanent in this one. So yeah, definite naming convention, I guess, as it goes along here. It's already for sale on their website for, at the time of this recording, $424.99, and that's on sale. And normally it is $549.99, so it looks like it's a pretty good deal if you want to get a hold of it now. Their previous edition can actually still be found on Amazon, and I found it for, new, $449. So that new one on sale is actually a really good price, since it is their brand new one, and it looks like you can find it on that sale cheaper than you can get their old one now. So take advantage of that if you can. More info is on their website. Comparable to the other baskets, they say, in the $550 to $600 range. They say that enhanced vision, and it has enhanced vision and durability. It's an in-ground metal sleeve that is included with it, and it has a locking collar for peace of mind. Their new one has 36 chains configuration in 3 levels is what they state. 12 outer, 12 mid, 12 inner. On the PDGA, the difference is they state that it's just 12 outer chains and 24 inner chains. They don't differentiate between the mid chains, I guess. The height above the ground is 82.3 centimeters, the depth of 24 centimeters, and a target zone height of 49.6 centimeters. Up next, we have Gateway Disc Sports with the Javelin that was approved on the 20th of May, 2024. It is another retest disc, and we can tell because of the naming convention of kind of the photos. It would be interesting to kind of find out how many retests actually go on per year, how common that is, and what's the most common thing that causes a retest of a disc not to get approved the first time, and you have to go through the whole process. So that would be interesting to kind of find out. This disc does look like it's a high-speed driver, just kind of by the numbers and how it looks. I don't have any flight numbers yet that I could find, and it is their second disc approved for this year. Up next, Innova Champion Discs had the Gorgon approved on the 20th of May, 2024. It is a distance driver. Off their website, we gather the numbers of 10, 6, -2, and 1, unless we're talking about the G-Star plastic, which has a different flight number rating of 10, 6, -3, and 1. So if you're looking at kind of the stamps, the green stamp on their website, I actually really kind of like that stamp. The yellow one I'm not too much of a fan of, but that is the G-Star plastic in this case, and that does have the different flight numbers. Obviously, the color has nothing to do with it, but the different types of plastic does, and Innova is kind of taken to rating their different plastics, especially the G-Star, with a different flight number than their other types of plastic, because they do fly just a little bit differently. If you go on their website at innovatediscs.com, you can watch a video of them throwing this disc, and I think it's really cool. Kind of in the beginning of it, the guy that's doing the video throws one out, and it's the prototype of this disc, like an early release prototype, and he gets an ace with it. So what better promotional video is there than that, right? Interesting video. If you want to check out the flight path of that and how they differ a little bit, go on innovatediscs.com and look up the Gorgon. You will definitely find it there. It's in pre-production, and it looks like they might be doing some pre-sales here soon. So check that out when it becomes available. It's the second disc approved this year from Innova, and it's the first one was actually the Scorpion that we covered on the last video update. Up next, Discmania had the Function recently approved on the 20th of May, 2024. From their website, they give a description of this disc. Thank you. So we can tell what the flight numbers and associated characteristics are. So from discmania.net, they state, the Function is an easy-to-throw fairway driver that offers the most understable flight path of any Discmania disc product to date. Those that enjoy the performance of the Essence but seek something just a bit flippier for their game are going to fall in love with this one right away. The Function is engineered for players with lower level arm speeds, beginners and amateurs, and those that enjoy the flight of an understable fairway driver that executes turning shots quickly and easily. Their flight ratings for this fairway driver, as they rate it, is 8, 6, -4, and 1. Interesting. And it was the third disc approved this year for Discmania so far. Up next, Lone Star Disc had the Trinity approved on the 20th of May, 2024. It is the fourth approved disc this year for Lone Star Disc, and the flight numbers are 7, 5, 0, and 2. This is kind of interesting. From their website, they state, on June 28th, we're releasing the Trinity with the flight numbers of 7, 5, 0, and 2. This disc was also requested by our pros. They felt that we needed a disc between the Frio and the Brazos, and we are changing the Brazos flight numbers to 7, 4, 0, and 3 at the same time, which I think is interesting. They're going, not only releasing this disc, but changing some flight numbers of one of their previous models. So interesting. Have to check it out if we get a chance to. Essential Discs had the Balance approved on the 27th of May, 2024. Essential is a woman-owned company. I checked out their website to find out some information about the disc and ended up on Instagram to find out what the flight numbers are, and that they state it's a mid-range, and the flight numbers are 5, 5, 0, and 1.5. This company has discs that have been approved all the way back as far as 2014, and this disc is their first for this year, bringing their total approved discs overall to be 8. The count is now 8. From their Instagram, they state that the balance is, if you want a disc that is more like your most stable buzz, then this is it. So check that out if you like the Essential Discs line and you would like to get your hands on a mid-range that feels more kind of like your buzz does. Well, here you go. Perfect disc for you to pick up. Up next, Jester Disc Golf with the Wild Thing that was approved on the 27th of May, 2024. It seems to be a beaded putter, and it's the 4th disc approved from this company ever, and the first for this year. I did reach out to them to see if I can get some flight numbers, but I haven't gotten anything yet. So we will see if we can get those, and I'll leave you an update if I do. Up next, and the last one, but definitely not least for this video, is H13 Disc Golf had the Wanderlust approved on the 27th of May, 2024. It's the first approved disc for H13 that I could find. I think this may be the same company that runs H13discgolf.com, and if so, this might be a rebranding thing. They have an entire online store at that address that I just listed, and they do also have an Instagram that kind of follows under that same account under the H13, H13 Disc Golf. If so, this looks like their very first in a line of discs that they're kind of rebranding and starting to manufacture and put their name on it. So interesting. Always excited to see more companies coming out and producing discs and manufacturing these things that we love to throw. The more, the merrier, I say, because with new manufacturers, we not only get more products that we can throw in a more variety of things, but we also create a little bit of competitiveness in the market, keeping those prices down a little bit. You know what I mean? So, hey everybody, Editor Justin here from the future. As it turns out, H13, or High Disc Golf, as it is supposed to be pronounced, reached out to me, got a hold of me, and I got some updated flight numbers for the Wanderlust. Those happen to be 12, 5, -1, and 2. So check out their online store at that website that I listed out above, and pick yourself up some discs and maybe the Wanderlust when it comes out, and get yourself some disc golf merch. Why not? That marks the end of the show. Thank you so much for checking this out. Check out our other videos on the channel. Nick recently just did a video, an opinion video, and he's coming out with another one. So check that out here soon on the channel. Check out our last show because it's packed with a whole bunch of information and news coverage that I think you will all enjoy. And stay tuned to the channel. We have many more new projects coming out and new videos that I think you will enjoy if you enjoy this type of content. Leave a like and subscribe if you're loving the content so far, and we'll be sure to keep it coming. Anyways, that's the end of the show. My name is Justin, and remember, in disc golf as in life, aim high and let it fly.